Welcome to another episode. It's the People Stories from Willinsky magazine. Today we have a special guest. It's someone I know for quite some time, and I'm happy because I see the huge progress when I met him for the first time and when he is today. And definitely we will ask him what brought him there, what are the key ingredients to succeed, and much more. Stay tuned and let's see what happened. Henry, thank you for coming.
Thank you for the invite once again.
I really mean it, all those things. And maybe for the start, you are heavily involved in real estate industry.
Yeah.
What made you choose that career?
Well, actually, 10 years ago, I've decided to change career. I come from a background when it comes to catering, but I wanted to do something different. I happened to have a friend who is in property, is a developer, and I was sharing the idea. Maybe I can come into sort of the real estate industry as well. On the first day when I came into the system, I noticed that this is the thing I want to do. You know, there's potential growth. You can be your own sort of boss when it comes to scaling up or maybe working hours, and it became like an addiction, to be fair.
But you started like from the bottom, right?
Yes, definitely. I started as an estate agent way back 10 years ago. I was lucky. I found a good manager and mentor at the time, and then I just worked myself up. It was just constant work, and obviously constant learning. But the opportunity was there, and I took it out.
Those 10 years, would you say it passed like super fast? Was a good journey?
Very good, yes. Although sometimes you pass through phases which are harder than usual, but now thinking about it, it's like I have to count. Oh, it's 10 years already. But yes, unfortunately, like everything, you have some days where you think it's very hard, and you need to work harder and maybe put yourself into a mindset which, stick to the goal. But overall, I think it went pretty fast.
And today you are the franchisee owner, right?
Yes.
So you have your own team. You've seen it everything from the scratch.
5 years ago, I've decided to make the step. So I went from an agent into the franchise system. I took an office with 0 agents. I just was me and my business partner, and but I was determined. So from day one, I had it in mind that this will be a success. It involved a lot of work, sacrifices, obviously, like everything. But I had the picture in mind from day one.
Okay, maybe that clarity is one of the first ingredients to succeed, right?
Yeah, I think it's very important because, as we mentioned before, life isn't easy and challenges will come along. If you don't have a clear vision of where you want to go, it's not going to happen. So you need to be focused. You have to obviously sit back when things need to stand a bit back, but still believe in the bigger picture and the big goal.
Okay, so I think the bigger part of your job now is like to be a leader. What would you give yourself as a score from 1 to 10?
Well, leadership is a very big thing, so I wouldn't dare and score myself the highest. But I think I invest a lot in myself, and that is one of the major factors that it's actually helping me, be better. So I would say 7 to 8, because it's a very big topic, and it's constant learning. You have to learn the market. You have to learn the mentalities between age gaps. Like the young ones think totally different than the more older people, which are more mature.
True.
So it's a constant learning. It's a constant thing you have to keep involved. But
Yes.
I am a very true believer of self-development.
Okay.
And that's I think it's the cutting edge of being better every day.
And when you're with your employees, you try to give them that mindset as well?
Yeah, I think that's one of the things I focus on. So that's like there are different offices in Malta. There's hundreds, I think, if not. But one thing that I promise my staff when we first get to know each other is that I am willing to mentor you, get you better. Then it's up to them to grab what they learn and make it their dream.
And on top of that, I think once we're on that subject, you started Meet Henry movement.
Yeah.
And how is that going, and what is the message behind?
Yeah, Meet Henry started off during COVID. Obviously, another challenge which we all had to go through. A lot of people had to sort of step down from their bigger goal, their dreams, and see what the world will happen, what will happen with the world. And then I said, okay, so I'm into this mindset thing. It helped me. It made me believe that I can actually do it. it's time to start spreading out the word. And Meet Henry started all about that. So I wanted to encourage people to keep believe in themselves, in their bigger picture and their goal. And that's what basically Meet Henry means. So just me sharing my ideas on believing in yourself and achieving your goals.
What make it that project to, in my opinion, more authentic is that the fact that, as we mentioned, you started from the bottom, now you're in completely different position, and I think you can really talk your mind because you've been there.
I'm sure that a lot of people, when they see a person who maybe succeeded or who's doing well, they have a lot of questions. But does he know someone, or how did it happen? And by meeting Henry, eventually we're going into depth on everyone can do it. You know, I had no backup when it come to financial part, so I had to, build it on my own. But I always looked out for people who can teach me and make me look better. Okay, so, and most people might know someone who can actually help them get better. But you have to, know what you're looking for. And by that, I mean everyone has the possibility of doing it. It's not just because I happen to be lucky and I had someone backing me up. There's people out there. I am ready to help someone as well, a lot of people, and it's up to them.
So far, we already mentioned quite good number of the positive things. Do you think there is something that you will never learn?
Yes, maybe. Well, I'm a bit impatient when it comes to certain things, meaning I want to grow, and obviously it's not always that easy and that fast. But I can never learn on how to stay back. So I will keep on fighting and working hard to reach my goals, because after all, they're my goals and I expect no one else to have them. So it is my dream. So I would never learn to say no to my dreams.
That's a good one. That's a good one. It's another key ingredients to how to be successful. So of course today, seeing how successful you are, how things went well, what keeps you, I don't know, motivated or excites you today?
Well, although I appreciate your comments because you see me as a success, I think I still have a long way to go, to be fair. And it comes down to because I'm constantly learning from people who did better than me and doing a better job than me. So I see it as an endless race. Okay, I'm very happy with the success that we're doing, with the success that we're doing. I'm very happy with the team, that they believe in me and that we're a good number of agents to serve the clients. But then again, I think we're very small into what the world has to offer. So for me, every time I see that the goal is being reached, okay, it's time to move the bar slightly upwards. And setting up the goals, when I started the office, nowadays I say very small goals. But at the time, they felt very big. But during the course of doing what I love to do and learning and getting it better, I've learned that, okay, I cannot just say, now that I reached that goal, I made it. It's okay, what's out there? Who's doing it better? How can I improve? What is the biggest thing I can achieve?
With your knowledge, would you see yourself maybe one day on the stage talking to 100, 200, 500 people?
I would be lying if I said no. I'm still far away. I need to learn, obviously, the skills of being in the public eye and making it as public as possible. But yes, I do believe that, and it's more about me not wanting to just keep the information for myself. The main goal, as I said, behind Meet Henry is to get everyone or give everyone the opportunity. So if going on stage, speaking to a lot of people is a medium on how to get people, to know about it, then I guess I have to do it.
I think we will definitely keep on following and see that progress and if something is happening in that spectrum. If you would be given chance to be 16 years old again, would you do something different?
Definitely. One thing I would definitely work on is self-confidence. I think self-confidence was a game changer for me. The moment I started believing more in myself, I just, became a new Henry. So people who know me from the past see that change. Even seeing me talking to you or doing an interview like this, people who knew me at that time would never imagine that I would, be able to do this. So self-confidence is very crucial for as a person and also as in business. You need to appreciate yourself, know what you can offer to the market. That will make the huge change. So I would very much invest more in myself at a younger age.
But would you say like those little bit like let's say glitches, like even like you're not maybe confident, do you think is something like maybe your past experience, but do you think you can always unlock the person?
Definitely. I think it was something part of the Maltese culture that we are not, used to getting there in the public. And also the fact that we work in a family environment, we have a family business, and we're like limited into what we believe rather than what the world has to offer. So those are part of me that made me obviously who I was. But then again, as I said, there are people there to help you. You can learn, you can see, and if you think you like it, you need to give the effort in being better. And I think when I met my mentor and my manager at the time, when I entered into real estate, I said, okay, there's a better version of myself. So I want to become that version. It's doable for everyone, and I think I give the example of the shower. We're in the shower when we're showering.
Yes.
We end up singing and doing stuff that maybe because we're closed and we're all alone and no one else is seeing us. But I think that's the real person. So why don't you come out and sing your song where people are watching?
That is yes, it's a very good point. I think a lot of people are completely different, no?
Yeah, and, over there you're yourself, you're alone, nobody's judging you, and you do what you want to do. But why go out there and change yourself just because someone else has another opinion on you? I would stick to my,
To who you are.
me. Yeah.
Nice. That's a very romantic thought. Thank you for sharing. A lot of like the successful entrepreneurs, they have little bit of a part of sort of kind of giving back to the community or anything like that. What do you participate in anything like that?
Yes, through to the real estate company that I work in, we've created a fund where in every transaction we're collecting a small sum, which eventually will be given to the charity. It's a huge project between all the offices, and I think it's part of giving back when it comes to the community. But on the other hand, recently I've been approached by students coming out from university or maybe junior college, which they don't know what to do. And through social media, they've been in contact, and I offer like a small session and have a discussion on, okay, what's the next thing? And I try to get them in line on what they really like. I also offer like internship where they can spend a few hours at the office with the team and learn the real thing about being in marketing or in property. So I see that as a way of giving back, the real world when it comes to business.
Oh, that's very nice. So I didn't know that, so it's very good.
Yeah.
You see, but sometimes, you make it much more without actually even talking about it. So it's nice. As you said, I think, the younger generation today, they maybe come across a bit lost. So as you said, that you can be that bit of navigator is fantastic, very satisfying.
I've seen it get a lot recently. Like these young children or maybe teenagers, they're studying, they're enjoying school, but they cannot see 1 + 1. So okay, I'm studying marketing, but when it comes to the real world, it's not the marketing I had in mind. And I think by giving them that opportunity to enter the world of business at an early stage will define, is it the right course I'm doing, is the right thing I'm spending, or is it really what I am studying for? Maybe, it's a totally different world out there.
What can we expect from you in like a near future? Do you have any excitement coming up?
Well, I've made a few obviously goals myself. One personal goal is to actually get out there more than I do. So I've started 2 years ago with Meet Henry and all the marketing, etc. But I want to get out there much more. So by that I don't mean like everybody knows you just because of the name. It's by being there for everyone who actually needs my service or maybe my help. So it's a commitment that I've made recently. I want to be there, and I want to be there to help people do what they do.
Having this opportunity to have you with us today, can you promise that on Meet Henry we will have little series, even like 5-10 episodes of you talking on specific subject, maybe
Yes,
10 minutes long?
I will promise, because obviously it's part of the big goal. Thanks to you also, I've came to realize that yes, these type of interviews help me, and you give me the motivation to actually go and continue on my big goal. Because it's a very good thing that you're doing. You're getting people out there which we might just know by face, but then get to know more deeper when you ask these questions. And it's a motivation for me as well to continue on my big goal.
Thank you very much. So yes, definitely we will try to execute from you that promise. So thank you very much. If if today is your last chance to be on the social media, this is your last 25 seconds, what would you say to people? What is most important today?
Don't waste time and start ASAP. You need to go. When you feel you have to go, you go. Because I've wasted a lot of time thinking of what others might think, and am I looking good? Is my hair good? Forget it. There's always a comment ready for you. But I would say just go, do what you love, spread the message. Obviously, be careful that once you're putting out something out there, it's official. So keep your values there, but do it. Just do it.
So I think the title of today's podcast, I think we both agree, it's invest in yourself.
Definitely. That's the biggest investment you can do.
Nice. Okay, Henry, thank you very much for sharing all those thoughts with us. It was very inspirational. I'm definitely happy for that opportunity. And yes, don't forget what you promised.
It's a commitment. It's on tape, so we cannot go back.
Yes. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoy what Henry shared with us. Stay tuned for more and definitely follow him because he has amazing things coming up. Thank you for your time.